that kind of shook pretty much sports media coverage, like sports media, I guess you could say, is that Shannon Sharpe has reached a buyout in his contract um, to leave Undisputed that he co-hosts with Skip Bayless. Again, this is just maybe general in case you don't know. It's a funny show. We get a lot. So many memes come out of this show. This show has definitely overtaken pretty much anything else, like sports media wise, that I'll watch. But at the same time, there's only like so much of it you can watch. And definitely the best part of it is Shannon Sharpe. And so Shannon Sharpe has definitely overtaken Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless, FS1 basically bet on Skip Bayless. FS1 handed him the keys, and we'll kind of hear some stories. We'll go over some stuff. I think for the context of brevity, maybe I'll just go over some of the stuff too, instead of like having to watch all of it. But I'll definitely be watching at least some of it. And then I found this thread here from Complex Sports that's gonna be great. So again, I don't know what the buyout entails exactly. Like, I doubt that Shannon Sharpe would be able to just walk into ESPN. But again, I'm not gonna be privy to those details, obviously. And we'll see what happens. But like I said, Shannon Sharpe has definitely, his stock has risen and gotten much higher than Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless is one of these people that, like, you love to hate. He's like Floyd Mayweather. He's like a Conor McGregor. He's like, just one of these people that, like Logan Paul. Like, just different things like that, where it's like, you love to hate this guy. And you watch it, and sometimes he'll actually, make a good point, or, he'll have a good prediction. But you're mainly there because he says the most batshit crazy things you've ever heard. And he says them with a straight face. And, like, sometimes if it's like for argument's sake, I think that it can be kind of funny, I guess you can say. What made Skip Bayless is his, I don't want to say hatred, but like on-air shade of LeBron James. And I mean, this was like off the rip, and he loves Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. Sometimes I think maybe above his wife, like it's kind of crazy. And that's actually kind of one of the points of contention. I'll give my opinion a little bit after, and then, like I said, we'll watch some of the stuff. But that's like one of the biggest stories, again, because Shannon Sharpe definitely makes that show. It's not fun, and it's not good if Shannon Sharpe isn't on the show, and they're never not on together. So I'm not going to say, it's a proven fact, but Shannon Sharpe now has Club Shay. He's making cognac, which I have 2 bottles of. Let me see. I'm going to grab it, actually. Hello, son. Oh, fudge. So it's actually right here. Shay. Le Portier. So I think that's his grandma, I believe it was. And this is what the bottle looks like. Just so you know, just so you can say you've seen it. Now, what's crazy too is that, like, I don't normally buy things like influencer stuff. Like, I normally don't, but I just really, really like and respect Shannon Sharpe, and he's hilarious. And It's cognac, dude. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that. I actually haven't opened it and I haven't tried it, and I'm actually waiting. This sounds weird, but I'm actually waiting for like a special event when me and a couple of other people are together, and I was gonna open it. So I am still waiting, but actually I have two, one to open and one not to open. And the one that I was gonna there's one that I got initially, that I had bought, and that's the one I'm just gonna keep and save. And then I bought another one so I could open it and drink it and enjoy it. And again, I mean, everything about that is, I guess, separate, but he's on the up. Shannon Sharpe is on the up. People respect him. People actually like him. And I think a lot of it too is that like people maybe want to be on the show, or maybe, want to talk to him or want to do stuff, but nobody, it seems to me, nobody likes Skip Bayless. Not anymore. Maybe they used to at some point. I have no idea. He's had athletes before. They don't have him on anymore. And so anyway, we'll get into it right now. Like I said, there's tension. There's been different things. I mean, they were memes as well, where he's, there's a very famous meme where, he slapped, "It's my turn. You said it was my turn." And that was Skip Bayless. So that's a funny meme, but I watched that episode and I was like, oh my God, this is awkward as shit. There was a lot of things where I was like, it would take some things, or I'd have to take a time out or something. Like, I don't know how Shannon Sharpe recovered. Good for him. He's better than me. I don't know. I mean, maybe the only thing I can assume is that it's because it's television. And, if he were to do, you're not going to do anything on live on television. So that's the only thing I can think of, as he's a professional through and through. But hey, there's been some out-of-pocket stuff, like I said, and we'll go through it and we'll see some of it here. But the show is coming to an end at the end of this NBA Finals. So yeah, let's see what led up to it. Tension has been rising between Shannon and Skip on Undisputed for years, with the show coming to an end. Link to full timeline. So maybe we'll click it, maybe we won't. But so this is on August 24th, 2020. So this is now 3 years ago, right? It's 2023, right? Bro, time is a fucking trip. Anyway, this is a while ago. So he said, "I'm making a point, you're cutting me off." So this is part of it. See what's going on, buddy. We're going over Shannon Sharpe leaving, and I showed the yak.
He only got 3 points on that one.
Who's going to make that?
Whoa,
Is that a Twitter thing or what? I don't know.
You going to let me talk or you
I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
I'm just cross-examining.
Go ahead. You should go.
Everybody's going to say?
Go ahead.
No, go.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, go.
No, go ahead.
I'm
go
just
ahead.
asking a question.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's your turn. I want to hear all the stuff that you have to say.
No, go ahead. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're going to pout, and we're just barely starting the show?
It's a grown man. He's telling me you're going to pout. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. There's some out-of-pocket stuff that gets said here.
And then you cut me off.
Well, you said everybody. I want to know who everybody is.
Well, when it's your turn, you can say who everybody was. How about that?
Well, you interrupt me all the time and say, how can you say that, or what do you say?
Go ahead.
Seriously?
I'm good.
Oh, this is childish.
Go ahead.
Okay, I will go.
He only got 3 points on.
So as you can see, got to take a shot for Shannon. Yeah, we do, dude. We do. We definitely do. All right, and then Shannon calls Skip President Trump for once again interrupting him. Let's see.
He runs from the free throw line like nobody in the history of basketball.
Okay, President Trump, you gonna let me talk?
Oh, stop.
Give me my time, let me
Yeah.
talk. And I'm gonna let you go.
Oh,
Okay.
so are you going to give me the ultimate insult? Call me that guy?
You gonna talk over
Yeah.
me?
You want me to call you that guy?
If you're gonna talk over me, or you gonna let me talk?
You interrupt me all the time, but basketball.
It-
He runs.
But what's funny is that, again, I watched the show like a freak. So they both interrupt each other all the time, but Skip definitely does get mad when he gets interrupted. So I think now that Shannon was getting upset that he's getting interrupted, it becomes a thing. So again, it's one of those things where it's a power dynamic where Skip Bayless runs this shit. Like he made it, he runs it, he has everything to it. To the point where apparently, like, if anybody says anything about Skip, they get called into the office. So that's like the level of power dynamic again for Skip.
Yeah, and it did what it needed to do. Now those 2 drives, and you were still
This was crazy.
behind.
And again, it's that thing where it's just like, he's like, it's my turn. You said it was my turn or whatever. So it's one of those things and then obviously the most obvious one is the Tom Brady thing where Skip Bayless said that Shannon Sharpe was jealous of Tom Brady because he's so much better and played for so much longer. And so shit got tense after that. And I think there was also a clip of Rob Parker saying that that was the moment that he knew that they were going to break up. And again, that it's kind of important because Rob Parker knows Skip Bayless pretty well, actually. Again, I'm not saying that he leaked anything or anything like that, but that's definitely a person that knows Skip Bayless like personally, and so it's interesting to see. But let's see. I think this is the clip. Here we go.
To say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because
Go ahead.
you disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your
You would
dignity.
disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever
Have
played
at
your
it.
game, and it's by
Have at
far. Okay, so here's what I know. Last year with Tyreek Hill.
right now!
Hey, stop it! It is
Right now!
my turn.
You going back to last
time
year.
out, time out. It is my turn.
There it is again. Yeah.
Gave you all of your phony baloney that you spewed
Right
all over
now.
the table.
Right
It is my
now.
turn. It is my turn.
No, I got the floor. Because all you do is bring up.
Baker Mayfield one was weird. Again, he just chooses these people, Skip Bayless does, and like dies on the hill. Like I feel like he still refuses to let Tim Tebow and Johnny Manziel, like for some reason he's still like, I feel like they still could have been. And it's like, damn, bro, they were busts. Any way you slice it, they were busts. But he keeps going. And Baker Mayfield, again, I don't think he was a bust, but he's had a tough go of it the last couple of years. He's had a tough go of it the last couple of years, you know.
Go ahead. Focus got a great.
And he still is riding with them, acting like, he's the greatest thing. Here's where we were.
No, I got the floor. Because all you do is bring up those 11 games. All you do is go back to
true.
talk about when he was a rookie and won 7 games. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about because I got the floor. Baker Mayfield is dead last in 2022 in QBR.
Blah, blah,
He's
blah.
dead last. I don't care, blah, blah, blah,
blah,
blah.
blah,
He's 57.8. He's 33rd in completion
blah,
percentage.
blah.
You going to let me talk? And I'm going to continue to go.
All right.
He's 187.
Tell me when it's my
It's
turn.
not your turn.
Okay.
He's still football for. Focus got
Blah,
it graded
blah, blah.
37%.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, go ahead.
Blah, blah, blah. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. Whew, finally. All right.
Blah, blah, blah. No,
I'm
you're
going to
not.
keep it on the game.
Every time I'm going to interrupt you like you did me. Go ahead.
All right. Well, let's go to the next topic.
Okay, then. Let's go.
All right.
Because you ain't going to do it. You will let me talk like I let you talk.
I let you talk for
No, you didn't.
8 freaking minutes.
All you do is go back to talk about 2016. You talk about the 11 games. You never
I'm
stay on
trying to
topic.
talk about yesterday. Do I get to talk about yesterday?
When I tried to talk about you, hold on. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree.
This was crazy. Again, this one was about the Damar Hamlin when he went down. I think Skip honestly didn't really tweet something. I mean, it was something that it was like worded terribly, but I didn't think he was out of pocket with his Damar Hamlin tweet. But it was worded so bad. So bad. But let's see.
With the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down. But I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down
Okay,
because I
but-
stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me
Okay.
finish.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let me.
I didn't know you were going to bring up.
No, I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where DeMar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody.
Again, there it is. I think that in itself shows like the power dynamic of it all. Like he's the showrunner, like he's the one that decides what's going to be said or what's going to be talked about and what isn't, you know? And I think even there, Skip Bayless is being kind of soft because he's just stating his opinion, and he can state his opinion and then they can move on. And I think that's what Shannon Sharpe was going to do. But because there's this culture and energy of you're not allowed to criticize or say anything bad or do anything towards Skip Bayless, then there's an issue. So obviously right there, he has a massive issue with it because Shannon Sharpe is basically like challenging him. And again, I think that's sad.
Nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No, clearly the bosses wanted you to offer explanation, so clearly somebody.
No, they did not have.
Again, right there, that's like the classiest way to just fucking stab him. Like, that is the classiest way because he didn't shout it. He didn't say anything. He just said, like, well, clearly something happened because you had to address it. And Skip just wants to push it all under the rug. Again, he did address it in a show where Shannon Sharpe wasn't there. He decided not to be there. But that clearly daggered him. Like, daggered him.
Yeah, nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Thoughts and prayers remain with DeMar Hamlin.
That's where the focus should have been, and not on the football game. Yes, let's go, Jen. Thank you. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No,
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got three Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what did I got?
That is crazy, dude. That is insane. Yeah, like, I don't know that Skip wants to bring up athletic prowess when he didn't do shit. So again, I think it's, as you can see, we kind of saw, I think it's just like a lot of stuff over time. And I think Marcellus, somebody that used to work at FS1 as well, said it where he said that Skip gets to choose all the topics, and it's pretty hard, or it's pretty easy to see. And so it's one of those things where it's like, do I want to talk about the Cowboys every single day, like 4 times a day, where it's like not even on season? Do I want to keep talking about, like, the same old stuff? And honestly, I only watch clips of the show that show what Shannon Sharpe says, and sometimes some of what Skip Bayless says, because he says the same things over and over again. And he brings it up too, where he's trying to set it up, and he's like, in 2015, and it's like, bro, we're talking about this year. Like, why are you bringing up what he did previously? We're talking about this year. And so it's just one of those where over time it's just like breaking, and it's like, how do you do it? And I think at first, I'm sure it was fun to debate Skip Bayless because he's kind of crazy. And so at first you're kind of dealing with the crazy, and you're saying, how can I poke the crazy? How can I dance with the crazy? How can I, have fun with it? But the crazy just keeps being crazy, and it keeps being crazy, and it keeps being crazy. And then the crazy insults you as well. So it's like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I'm out. And I think it was a lot of things. It was a lot of lead up. It was 2 big blow ups, the Tom Brady thing, and then the DeMar Hamlin tweet thing. And then it was Skip's relentless, like, he wasn't going to give an inch of power. I think it was just a combination of all those things that ended up, I'm sure, being just too much for Shannon Sharpe. I think he's got too much going on. Like I said, I think his stock is up. I'm probably not going to watch the show, if I'm being honest. I only watched the show initially because of Shannon Sharpe. And whatever he does, that's where I'm going to be. And all I can say is I wish him the best. And, I don't wish bad on Skip. I'm sure somebody will join up with him. I've heard a couple of names. Emmanuel Acho, who does Speak for Yourself. Joy Taylor, who's also on that show. Shady McCoy. I don't think Shady McCoy would do it. Because I think he would have seen what Shannon Sharpe was going through, and he was like, I don't think I want to do that. I've also heard Nick Wright. I don't think he would have Nick Wright debate him, because Nick Wright, more than anything, loves LeBron James. Like the hate that Skip has for LeBron James, Nick Wright has the love of LeBron James. And he was on there once when they were promoting the show, and they debated, and Nick Wright cooked Skip Bayless, and he was never back on again. So I don't think that they would have him either. I think that, I guess we'll see. That somebody said rotating cast, but I don't see that happening. I'm sure they'll do it for a time, but we'll see. We'll see who wants to enter the arena with Skip Bayless. We'll see what happens with the show. Again, I'm probably not gonna watch anymore. I don't watch First Take. I barely watched Undisputed. I watched it for Shannon Sharpe, like I said, and even then, some of the topics are like the same old shit, so I don't watch that. So what's that one? First Things First. First Things First is a good show if anybody wants to show. That's the one. Nick Wright is on it, and Chris Broussard. That's a good show. They have 3 dudes, and they're all kind of hanging. Like, that's the closest you'll see to like something that resembles like new media, I guess you could say. But that's on television. That's probably a good one. I'll watch them. I'll watch their stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Undisputed. All I gotta say is I wish the best for Shannon Sharpe, and I think he was the driver of the show, and I think he definitely outgrew the show, and outgrew Skip. So we'll see what happens.